through the eyes of a traveler. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, world. Right, so this is a continuation of my journey on the old Silk Route, which is now known as the Karakoram Highway in Pakistan. Now, I try to tell stories. That's my thing. When I'm motovlogging, I show you a little bit about the bike, and I love to show you the beauty of the terrain that I'm riding in, and there's always a story. Now, this video doesn't have your typical story. There isn't a beginning, a middle, and an end. It's just the journey. However, on this journey, there are a few incidences. And so for this reason, I thought the journey in itself would be a great video to share. I want you to see the landscape, the unforgiving landscape, which sadly punished a soul, and that story will unfold as we go on. I'll be passing through Chilas, which is prone to landslides and rockfall, and you'll see that, and you'll understand what I mean when I say that's one of the most dangerous places that you can pass. I'm going to chat with you. Hopefully I don't bore you too much, but I'm thinking a little boredom should be acceptable because you're looking at the wonderful views that I'm sharing with you. Anyway, let's continue. So let's get back on the road. Right, so there's this coaster, Toyota coaster. It's in front of me. I'm just watching it take immense risk. I could overtake it, and I will at some point, but I just feel watching it do what it does is making me ride a little more safer. I'm keeping up with it, but it's taking such risks. It overtakes on bends. It doesn't really care about any other road user, and I think it's filled with students, and it's trying to catch up with that red coaster further along, and it has, but I don't know what it's going to do from this point onwards. It's the two coaster drivers compete with each other to see who can stay ahead. You can smell the drums, the drum brakes. Well, that was that then. I was going to watch him overtake the other coaster, but he's putting the people that he's carrying in jeopardy, in danger. I'd rather be in front of him than behind him, to be honest. If I can overtake the next one, I'm good to go then. I'm not in this coaster war. He won't give me way. Now, he has ample room, but he won't give me way. And I have to just be careful that if oncoming traffic comes, I can tuck behind him. I'll try to do something sneaky. If he's going to give me way, I doubt it. But I've got through on the inside, which is naughty,
but the coaster wasn't giving me any room to maneuver, and so I had to do something a little naughty, but great satisfaction comes from sometimes beating those who are playing low ball. So I had a shower last night, and in being a little ill, I didn't have a shower in the morning, so here goes. Ooh. That is what you call sorry, let me just clean the screen. That is what you call a mountain shower. You've heard of mountain dew? Well, that's mountain shower. It was so fast, everything's wet. My visor, my trousers, my jacket, but it was a nice little experience. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. They couldn't get rid of the whole mountain, so they cut a little bit out for the road. How very nice of them. Right, folks, past most of the broken road. I'm not sure if there's any more further along, there probably is, but we've got a nice clean stretch and I am absolutely shattered. So folks, this is pure landslide territory. You can even see that this is recently slid, and I think this might have been the place where they closed off the road for a period of I think 4 or 5 days until they settled this path and opened it up a little bit. I just stopped because there's a convoy of large vehicles, and I thought, well, I should give them free pass because it's such a difficult road and it's quite narrow. But the problem in, dare I say, in Pakistan is once you give one person way, nobody says thank you, but they all will just force their way through, force themselves through. I just had an incident where basically a convoy of cars with protocol just wouldn't let me pass, and I kept horning. There was ample room for them to give me, but they just took the middle ground of the road. And basically one of the vehicles tapped. Well, I say it was more than a tap, it knocked into my pannier. It's given it a little dent on the side, nothing major, but I had to stop and then have words with him. Strong words, really strong words.
My old frail body needs rest, so I'm going to look for a hotel.
सलाम लेते जाते हैं। अस्सलाम वालेकुम। बस बेटे भाई ना कहें, मेरे सफ़ेद बाल नहीं नज़र आ रहे। अंकल कहें, चाचा कहें, मामू कहें, भाई क्या क्यों कह रहे हैं यार। मुझे ना जवान बनाए, मैं खुश हूँ अपनी उम्र के साथ, और आप ना इतने बूढ़े बने, आप अभी जवान हैं। अच्छा, मैं अभी बंद करता हूँ तो इनके साथ कुछ गुफ्तगू करता हूँ।
Two wonderful local lads who called me uncle, and we talked until the sun set.
So you understand, I don't live in luxury when I travel. Very basic, very, very basic. I won't even show you the bathroom because that will just conjure disgust or some other feeling. But this is where I stayed. If I tell you the truth, I think the bed sheets haven't been washed for months. But when you're a traveler, you just want to immerse yourself in a traveler's experience. Well, I certainly do.
Back on the road again, hundreds and hundreds of miles from the capital. Wilderness galore.
So I've got you back because I just wanted to show you, this is the part of Chelas which is the most prone to landslide. If you look up, well, if I look up and show you the recording of what I'm seeing, this is pure sand. So it's sand with rocks, but small rocks, mostly sand. So when it rains, you can even see the ravines, for want of a better description, that have been made in the mountain from where the waters seep through. So basically what happens is a large shard of rock, part of the rock face falls, and whilst it comes down, it brings with it so much more. And then the base of this road is also that sand. So sometimes the water seeps through down to the bottom and goes into the river underneath the road, so the road falls away and slides into the river beneath. So this is the part which is the most dangerous in terms of landsliding. Rockfall, it's throughout the journey, but landslide, this is the most, shall we say, scariest part.
So that's the bike. I've stopped here, not to see those mountains. There's a gentleman here who's just toppled his load. He's toppled his truck. And he was asking for, he just flagged me down, and I just spoke to him, and he told me that he just had an accident, so I'm going to offer him some water. Well, it's not water, but a drink. So, अस्सलाम वालेकुम भाई। भाई ये पानी आपके पास है कि नहीं? ये शरबत है ये? मैंने पानी के लिए आपको हाथ दिया सर। जो पानी तो नहीं है, शरबत है ये थोड़ा सा। अच्छा अच्छा। तो आप गाड़ी में क्या था? बकरी था। अच्छा। हाँ। एक मर गया? हाँ, ये तो हमने ज़बह कर लिया। ज़बह? उसको जो है ना, उसको भी ज़बह करना पड़ेगा। वो अभी बंदा गया छुरी लेने गया। ये तो एक गाड़ी वाले के पास छोटा सा चाकू था। हाँ। लोग खड़े नहीं होते, पता नहीं वो इंसानियत है ही नहीं। भाई मैं अच्छा, ये मोड़ काटते ये कैसा हुआ? नींद आ गया हो जाता है भाई। मेरे साथ भी ऐसा एक्सीडेंट एक हुआ। झूठ नहीं बोलता, क्योंकि इधर हमने थोड़ा सा आगे हमने नमाज पढ़ी, डीजल डलवाया। हाँ। तो वो लड़का था छोटा सा, हाँ, वो कहा था चाय पीना है। मैंने कहा इधर आगे था पानी में पीने। हाँ। और जब ये जो उतराई है ना, जी जी, इससे आगे फिर मुझे पता नहीं चला है। हाँ, बस अब सीधे आ गए। बस ये जो उतराई है ना, इससे आगे मुझे पता नहीं चला, बस एकदम ब्रश हो गया। तो गाड़ी आपकी है या ड्राइवर आप हैं? मैं ड्राइवर हूँ। तो मालिक को क्या कहेंगे? मालिक साथ है। अच्छा अच्छा। हाँ, मालिक साथ है, वो भी गराई है, पड़ोसी है। Folks, I know it's I've been speaking in a foreign language, but the chap here doesn't speak English. I'll explain to you the story in a short while, but in fact I'll quickly just give you a synopsis. The chap just confessed to falling asleep at the wheel. He said, look, I won't lie, I fell asleep. I was going to have some tea further along, but I fell asleep. And they were carrying goats to the market. Some have moved on to the river. One of the guys has gone to collect those, but there was a guy sitting on top on the roof, and he hard to explain, but he went flying off the roof and he smashed his face on the ground, and we're not sure whether he'll survive or not. God willing, he will. But they're, you know, even though the owner of the truck and the driver were together, they're not. They're just happy that they survived. The loss of the financial loss they will bear, but the one person who's injured, they're extremely worried about him. Anyway, I'll sign off so I can speak to the chap.
Right, folks, so with the other GoPro I recorded a situation which is extremely dire. A truck left the road and lost its load. One goat had to be slaughtered as it was close to death, and one of the occupants has attracted so many injuries that there is a fear he may not survive. May God give him peace and health, and let's hope he does survive. Let's pray he does survive, inshallah. Right, it's starting to rain, and I think it's thrown me off a little, because as a biker, you just have to keep in mind this wasn't a biking accident, but any accident can happen to anyone, and I think bikers are more prone to certain types of accidents. So just be very careful, everyone, you know. Let's just ask these guys if they're okay.
Time to go. So from me to you, thank you for watching. Stay safe, and those on two wheels, please ride carefully. God bless you. God bless us all.